Hey, I make a lot of YouTube thumbnails and I've built some handy tools into cuecam to speed things up. Here are 3 things you can do to make thumbnails in cuecam Presenter. So, sometimes I use Figma, but usually I am using Sketch. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So I've got my master document with all my thumbnails in it. So the first thing I'll do is sort of come to my latest one, Command D, and just duplicate that, and then just sort of clear all the stuff that I don't want on it. So say I want to do a devlog, I'll kind of leave that there, new devlog, and give that a name. So then I'll go into my video and choose a frame as a starting point. So you can, I wanted to talk space on there to bring up quick look and just sort of look for something that might make a good starting point. I liked this frame. Let's not sort of be too precious about this, but you can use Shift Control Command 4, and this is to copy an area. So I'm going to go Shift Command 4 and draw around that. If you press the space bar, then that's going to take the whole window, which can also be useful. Back into Sketch, paste that in, and I'm just going to scale that up and send it to the back with the keyboard shortcut. So now we've got our sort of this is sort of could be the sort of the main background on here. But we want I'm going to put my face in and I'm going to draw something on it next. So how do I get my face? Well, cuecam actually lets you save the current frame. So you can just look at the camera and grab it. So here I am in cuecam. And what we're looking at here, basically we can go output, save current frame, or copy current frame. I'll do save current frame, but I'll do like a little YouTuber face. Right, so that's saved whatever was going out on the webcam. I'll actually do that again coming out of demo mode because it will have copied the whole thing. Right, I was looking at the camera a bit there. But so now, if we go to into preview, we can remove the background. So if I go into my preview app and sort of, let's just sort of come out. I'm going to show you how to do this. You can see I've done this a couple of times before already today. Delete. So what we do here is we're going to see, it's in my downloads folder. I'm opening this file in preview. And now I can just go to tools, remove background, and there's me in all my YouTuber glory, and I can just go copy and then come back into Sketch and paste that in. And now I've got my transparent face sort of on there. I'm having a think, who's this guy? What's he doing? So you don't need a clean blue background for that remove background to work. As long as it's distinct from a face, as long as there's not a load of faces behind you, that's going to work pretty well, especially for a thumbnail. So the third thing I'm going to want to do is draw something with Video Pencil. So Video Pencil sits on my iPad and it sort of shows whatever is on the cuecam screen. Now this, bear with me, it's really awkward to demonstrate using cuecam because as I change it, it makes things weird. So, but what I do here is, so I'm in Sketch here. So what I can do is select my thing. So I've got this set up to export. I can actually drag that onto the cuecam icon, and that's now going to share, and then that's what's going to be on my iPad screen so that I can draw on it. If you'll just bear with me while I show you that and prove that. So usually I'll just instantly chuck that onto the iPad screen. If we come out of demo mode, maybe that's the easiest way. So you see on my iPad screen, that's now got the thing. And I can sort of precisely draw and sort of oh, let's look at this. What's going on here, right? We can draw something on there. And now the next stage is to show you how to copy that. So it means I'm going to go to the next thing. It should share the iPad screen. And now let's say this, imagine the picture's still there. So we've sort of drawn our arrow. We've kind of done that. But what we can do now is use the select tool to select the thing you want to copy. And then if you just tap on that, you get the option to copy it, right? And that's actually going to go over to your Mac. So if I come back to my Mac now and go back to Sketch, I can now just paste that in, and it's going to paste from my iPad. And sometimes it doesn't work the first time. So if it sort of spins a bit, you can just stop and sort of try again. So I'm gonna draw it again. What's this? What's this? Wow. So I've selected I've done copy, and now back in here, I'm just going to clear that so it's not covering things up. I can just paste, and you see now I've got that image that I just drew. And if you want to crop that in Sketch, if you want to like clip that to, you know, to the right size in Sketch, you can double click on it, press enter, and it will like crop it to the right size. And so now you've got your drawing on top of it, and we can, you know, add some shadows, do some, you know, do some color adjustment, maybe make this, you know, pop my saturation a bit, stick a shadow on me, so I'm sort of like popping a bit more from the background. Sometimes if the drawing isn't showing that much, then we can stick a shadow, or we could even like make this a light color, make it a glow, make it 0. So there's a lot of things you can do by just assembling those 3 types of elements. So what we've got, so the first thing was just sort of grab the current frame using cuecam, and then you can take that into preview to remove the background and paste that in, and then you can share your work in progress thumbnail onto cuecam. That will go onto your iPad to let you sort of draw a video pencil layer, and then you can like copy and paste that back onto the Mac and finish your thumbnail. So that's hopefully not too completely confusing. I made this video with cuecam. Here is the sketch. This was really awkward to do, and I did quite a few takes. So I'm sort of like jumping in and out of demo mode to try and show you things. So with cuecam, I've got my teleprompter script. I've got my, you know, I can share multiple different apps at the same time. I can sort of bring up, you know, the keyboard shortcut. I can bring in these things from the side. So this is kind of how all that works. If you want to try cuecam, you can do that right now from cuecam.app/download. Thanks for watching. Hope you found that useful.